Hey, buddy, and welcome. And I wanted to tell you something, guys. Now, there's tons of people and tons of people that play games and such forth. I play games myself. Played it since the computer age, when computers were slowly getting into like Windows and such forth, and DOS. You guys probably don't know about DOS, unless you guys are like 4 years old or such forth, and you like, yeah, DOS. I know about DOS and such forth. DOS was something way, way back. It's actually still used. Probably not by most common. Well, not. I don't know. It's still used technically. It's what programmers do. You guys may not think about it when you program something, but what you're doing is actually programming something that's like from DOS. That's how people from DOS actually got through the computer age back then. We actually had to type everything out. Okay, C double dot slash games slash descent free space, or well, there wasn't descent free space back then, but descent, that's for sure, there was descent. Enter. Run dot exe. Enter. Boom. Computer restarts and run the program. And sometimes the programs weren't download to the game, download to computer. They were ran on a floppy disk or such forth. Sometimes, if we did have a hard drive, we would only have, it's actually kind of funny because gigabytes and terabytes and such forth weren't even a thing back then. The main thing, the main thing was probably like 200 kilobytes. That was big. That was literally big. Or 1 megabyte. That was huge. You had a computer that had 1 megabyte, everybody was like, whoa! This computer has 1 megabyte. Oh my gosh, this guy can save a lot of stuff on here. It's probably a joke now. It's like, 1 megabyte. I can type out like a message that's 1 megabyte. Like probably a book and such forth that'd be 1 megabyte worth. It's like, but yeah, it was huge. 1 megabyte was huge. 50 megabytes, blown everybody's mind. Then 1 gigabyte, that was like wow, you got 1 gigabyte, dude. Man, I wish I had that computer. But yeah, you get what I mean. It was huge back then. So, yeah, some gamers that come back from the age from us will know how gaming slowly started out. But the topic is that there's some companies that people are thinking that it's going to be suckish. Because it's not doing so cubular. But we gotta remember, you probably guys don't get it because you obviously weren't born back in the 1980s and such forth. But what made gaming, besides computers, what made gaming for consoles was not Sony, was not Xbox. Heck, wasn't even Sega yet. It was one console that started it all. Yeah, that's right. Nintendo did. And the funny thing is, everybody thinks Nintendo's bad. It's kind of hilarious because Nintendo's being so poor and such forth. They think it's all just like this they're just remaking everything. It's just like so stupid. I want to go play Titanfall. Yeah, Titanfall, that's good. Or I want to play Halo. Or I want to play Call of Duty. I want to play on the Xbox and such forth. Yeah, those are good. But what people don't really get is that Nintendo is Nintendo. They build and make these games purely for their consoles. Sony and Microsoft do not. Microsoft is a computer company. So they're not dedicated to making their games or stuff for their console. They're making it for their computer. So a console thing for them is just like, console? Oh, that's console? Whatever. We'll put it in the back for a couple days and figure out something else. We got some computer work, Windows 9. We got to focus on Windows 9 now, since we've launched Windows 8.1. Woo! We gotta figure out what to do with Windows 9 now. And Sony, on the other hand, it's a multimedia company. It's not a dedicated company for their system. Their console is like a fraction of what they're trying to do. Sony builds cameras, laptops, cell phones. I don't know, their computer screens and all that stuff. They don't build or try and design or really dedicate themselves to one specific thing. They just do whatever, just like Microsoft does. They throw everything around like, whoa. But Nintendo, on the other hand, the company that you guys all think is suckish, is dedicating all their work, everything they do, for their consoles. They make the consoles, they build the games, and they give them to you guys. They don't do anything else but this. So maybe they're slow, but they're dedicating themselves for their console. So, and also another thing I find kind of funny is that people say that Nintendo sucks because obviously they can play them on emulators and such forth, or they can watch it through YouTube. Yeah, watching it through YouTube, oh man. And I gotta turn up my game. There we go. People can watch somebody else play and such forth. Oh yeah, you can watch me play. Whew. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. You can watch me play. That's nice. But you know what? You don't get the experience. You don't get to enjoy the actual gameplay when you watch somebody else play it. So obviously you're not going to feel and see real enjoyment to it. What it's about. To play the game. To feel as you play. I guess feel is kind of a weird word to say, but you're not actually going to be able to get to enjoy it just by watching somebody else do it. When you play it, when you have your hands on the console, and you actually go, dang, oh, come on, ah, dang it. You will know how it is to enjoy the game. And I can tell you this. You may think it's stupid, but for people that are at least over 30 will know this. Back in the Nintendo NES days, games were just pure awesome. There's no real way to describe it. You kids may not get this, but playing on those NES consoles and actually putting the game cartridge inside those things, it was just awesome. To enjoy those games, even if they didn't look too cool or spectacular because they're not full graphic technology like nowadays. They were the best. And you can ask any other person that grew up with Nintendo or even played Nintendo games since 1980s and such forth, that those games are actually way more better than any console game out here now. I mean, Super Mario Land, 3D Land, and such forth. There's no comparison to Super Mario 3 or such forth to those games. I mean, Super Mario 3 is still, for the NES, is still the ultimate best. And anyone will agree. They'll be like, yeah, he's right. Super Mario 3 or such forth, Super Mario 2 or 1 were the best. Or Iron Swords. So probably you guys haven't heard of it, but that was pretty dang good. It only had like 5 levels with weird element guys who had to fight with a sword that kind of looked like a big skeleton dude, but he was really a knight, walking around with a little tiny sword at the beginning. But yeah, it was exciting, fun. Just playing that, enjoying it, actually getting into the gameplay. It was awesome. So yeah, maybe Nintendo isn't doing really cool for you guys nowadays, but we know that they've been dedicating their lives and such forth for this, to make games and consoles for gamers, for everybody, not just for this or that or this or that, or people that think, oh, blood and guts and explosions and such forth are spectacular. Ooh, whoopee-doo. We're not part of some third-party company that's making here and this and this and that and this and that and just saying, oh, well, we made our console, here you guys go, we'll update it with some updates here and there and give you guys some good stuff here and there. But we're really just making a bunch of other crap. We're not really dedicating all of our crap into this. We're not making... Boom. You get what I mean? Nintendo's been doing it. Just doing it. Well, I don't know what else to say. You guys are the ones that are the gamers. You guys are the people that comment and say about this and this and that and this. Say Nintendo's bad. Well, Sony's bad. Microsoft is bad. They all have their bad sides. But who's really the one that made it all possible? You gotta remember that. Anyways. Peace out and have fun gaming. It wiggles. Peace.